10 Tampa Bay meteorologist Natalie Ferrari is keeping a track on things for us right now. Natalie, I know there's a long, many hours to go here, and this storm has a long track ahead of it. But right now, some of us in the Tampa Bay area are breathing a bit of a sigh of relief.
Especially as the core of this, really the center of it, just remains a little over 150 miles off to the west of the mouth of Tampa Bay. So we just got a brand new update in from the National Hurricane Center as of 8 o'clock tonight. This is their intermediate update where they basically update the position, the speed, even the pressure, which we are seeing a strengthening storm out there. The pressure continues to drop ever so slightly. It's still moving to the north at 16 miles per hour, but the latest update, it now has 100 mile per hour maximum sustained wind speeds, bumping up to 105 at this point. Still a Category 2 storm. It sounds like a very subtle change, but this is all basically leading up to it gradually getting stronger and stronger to a Category 3 as we go through the overnight hours later tonight. I wanted to show you our tropical satellite, which really just continues to show that convection bubbling up right around the immediate eye wall of this system as the eye just kind of gets better defined there, especially from both our satellite and our radar. So 8 o'clock update, still a Category 2 hurricane, but we're now bumping up those wind speeds ever so slightly at 105 mile per hour sustained wind speeds, 155 miles west-southwest of Tampa. I will tell you it's about 120 miles right off of Pinellas County off to the west-southwest tonight. Let's walk you through the latest track. At 11 o'clock, this does not get updated. This is basically still the same. We are still dealing with basically our models in agreement here, continuing to pull it up near Big Bend, near Cedar Key. As we go through early tomorrow morning, it's going to likely make landfall pretty close to not only a Category 3 storm, but with maximum sustained wind speeds near the center, pushing close to 115, maybe 120, but still, either way you shake it, we are dealing with a very powerful system. Those hurricane force winds, which, you know, the 115 I mentioned, that can extend rather outward about 20 to 25 miles from the center of the storm. Tropical storm force winds could expand all the way to about 160 miles per hour from about 160 miles rather from the center. And you'll see over the next several hours as we go even through Wednesday, it will weaken after landfall, thankfully, but it still will bring tropical impacts across portions of northern Florida into Georgia, the Carolinas, eventually pulling back out even into the Atlantic Ocean over the weekend ahead. Look at those waves really chopping up from our Wyndham Grand Clearwater Beach weather camera. Look at these swaths of rain pushing through. We had a nice big lull that took over through late in the afternoon, even into early this evening, but we are anticipating another batch already getting geared up and getting ready to head onshore from Englewood all the way from Fort Myers, Englewood back into Sarasota. We will see that push onshore. We're going to watch that area very closely because now we're getting to the point where, again, some of these downpours, some of these areas could try to produce a little bit of a spin up. We've seen some pretty gusty conditions right over the immediate Gulf, but we'll be watching that possible tornado threat very closely for you. If anything else, it is going to bring increasing winds. We'll see those winds bump up. We're going to see these heavy downpours brush along the coast. I now think as we just made our way past 8 o'clock, it's likely going to be closer to about 9:30. We'll see some of those heavier downpours touch immediately along our Gulf Coast beaches, especially south of the bay. Once we get to about 10, 11, that's going to push up really towards Pinellas and into Pasco. And you'll notice how we get these heavy downpours, not only to ride along the immediate coast, but they'll try to push even a little bit further to the east of the I-75 corridor, bringing those squalls of heavy rainfall. Whereas the hurricane force winds, the center of the system remains offshore, it remains to the west. But as you just saw in that very detailed package about the dirty side of the storm, even as the eye wall pushes away from us, we are still pulling in that southwest wind. We are still pulling in all of that wind, pushing water onshore, keeping that storm surge threat a concern through tomorrow morning before we gradually see those winds kind of start to shut off by the second half of tomorrow, really going into Thursday and Friday. We'll go from very windy to then gusty to then just downright breezy conditions by the second half of the week, guys.